Hi all, welcome in. Okay, so I have some channel messages that were coming through, some intuitive hits. Okay, so the first thing I got was deception, lies, and trickery, and I was like, yay, happy to have that again. Okay, but a lot of this message was about, maybe shocking change, maybe tower moments, maybe, definitely illumination in regards to trickery, lies, and deception. Also, I've been seeing leaves a lot that have holes in them, like being drawn to them a lot while doing this reading. So, like the light, and I got like that thing again where the light like expands, like through the light, through the leaves. So you have like holes being created, and then there's just like a of light sort of thing, like it breaks through to nothing. Does that make sense? Like I'll just draw it to explain the leaves, because if I move the camera I'm sure it's gonna create issues. You probably know this leaf. It's an indoor leaf. Okay, so see how the leaf has, holes through it? I don't know what it's called. It's an indoor palm thing. So, yeah, the light coming through there, and then it was just all light, Okay, there did come out a message about love and light, so throughout my whole journey, it's always been about love and light. Okay, so for me, it's sort of like the same thing, but always wanting to proceed with love and light. Okay, like bringing illumination to people, bringing love to people. Okay, so and the message came through about standing in it. So you may be the same, standing in your love, standing in your light. Okay, so illuminating things. So there may have been a time recently where that had come up. Sorry, I've got to get tissue. My nose is starting. Excuse me. So, okay, yeah, so that coming through. Then I got Halloween coming through, pumpkins and pie, pumpkin pie. Maybe someone calls someone pumpkin pie. But pumpkins and Halloween was coming through. Also death, like the skeleton. Now when I look at the Halloween on a board, the skeleton's coming through, and there was something about a death. Okay, so it may not be a literal death. It could be like death and rebirth, because that's coming through. Because when I rolled my die and I was looking up, because I still need to learn astrology and stuff. So looking up the symbols, what they were, because some I'm unsure of. And the die was standing out, like D-I-E, like die. Like, I don't know if someone is sending death magic or something, or there's a death, something dying for something else to be reborn. Okay, and there was a message coming through about, accept the inevitable, and let go of the past. Maybe letting something die. It is dying, let it die. Okay. So that was coming through. Death was coming through. Okay. That Halloween also gives me the veil too. Like when I think of Halloween, I think of the thinning of the veil. So that also gives me that illumination again. So the veil may be thinning. You may be realizing a truth or getting clarity on something, because exposure was also coming through. So something may be being exposed. Okay, I'll give like my instance in my own life was being exposed. I had a meeting with my child's teachers, and the truth being exposed about her learning and where she's at and what they're teaching, and And I did actually feel this, like sense this before I heard it, but then once I heard this truth, I sort of went through a tower moment. So maybe that's something you're dealing with, something being revealed that puts everything into place, or requires you to actually let something die, or need to work through something. Light shining through the trees, so illuminating something, okay? And the ability, and belladonna and nightshade was coming through. So both those plants, or herbs, or whatever you want to call them, have the ability to heal and hurt, so they're used in really minute quantities, to I'll explain, because so these, in their toxic form, create dilated there's a reason I'm bringing this through too, so somebody needs to know this information. Dilated pupils, blurred vision, ataxia, which is raised heart rate, so like a quickened heart rate, hot, dry, flushed skin, hallucinations, delirium, and then leading to respiratory failure, to death, okay? So there's something about that for somebody, but they're also used as an antispasmodic. So what that is, if you don't know, is the ability, to stop the muscles from doing this, from contracting, so like they're used a lot for the stomach. So, when the muscles are cramping, when you get cramps, so it stops those. Okay, and this is actually, I think in small, it's starts with S, I forget what it's called, not serotonin, that's coming through serotonin. That's actually serotonin, an excitement hormone, I think. Anyway, so serotonin might be significant. But it's in tomatoes, potatoes, and eggplant. Like, you don't need to be fearful of this, but I think it's in its unripened form as well, like when they're green. So, never eat potatoes. If you feel sick or something and you've just eaten green potatoes or something, it might be because of this fact. Or, I don't know about tomatoes and eggplants, but I know with green potatoes, they have it in it, so you need to be careful with that. Or maybe that's why that's coming through. But it's, as I said, in small, really minute doses. It's used for pain and fevers when it's highly diluted. But you should never play around with this stuff unless you know what you're doing, So if you're looking into this, maybe look into an actual practitioner that knows what they're doing. Okay, but a lot of coming out about detoxification, intoxication. I got intoxicate. So these can, these have the ability to do that, to do both, so there may be something that you're detoxing out of your system right now, or something that's actually causing to intoxicate your system, something that's causing like a blurred vision, like something that's distorting your vision, something that's deceiving you, something that's intoxicating you, okay? Maybe physically, mentally, or behaviorally, because this affects the whole body system, affects your mental capacity, your ability to make decisions, clear decisions, your ability to make rational decisions. It affects your physical by impaired function. You can't function properly. There could also be something about that too, the way you do things, the way you mentally, the way you make decisions, and the way you your body moves. Okay, so all them sort of coming through like a multiple sclerosis, or just some ability to the way you move your body, or mood swings and aggression. Okay, so they affect those. They create more mood swings and aggression. But it could be that you're dealing with something that has issues like this, you know. Okay, so, but you're needing to accept the inevitable and let go of the past, okay, in regards to this issue maybe, okay, or this person maybe. Okay, I was also getting, so I was getting Capricorn 8th house in Uranus with the die. I can't sort of, so 8th house, Uranus and Capricorn. So you could be a Capricorn as well, or the person around you could be a Capricorn. But this energy is giving may wake up and things are completely, this energy is giving, you know, the Tower complete utter shift, like change, you know, dramatic, you know, like 1 minute something and then next minute totally something else, you know. It could be creating stress and anxiety in your body, because I was also feeling like a tightening on the chest, and also my shoulders were feeling heavy, and that gives me, because I've had anxiety in the past, anxiety issues, so that gives me anxiety, stress, shoulders, you know, I've had issues with my shoulders that stem from stressful situations, holding stress in, not dealing with stress. Okay, so so that way, you know, that was coming through. Sudden dramatic transformations and psychological breakthroughs. So yeah, a shift in mental and physical transformation. So you may be going through an internal shift, you know, it may not be externally, but as internally as external. So when things shift internally, things are going to shift externally. Okay, so that also coming through. You also may have a desire for structure, for security, and for emotional liberation. Okay, so you may like experiences where you like to experiment, where you like to be open and experimental in relationships. Okay, but you also like your space and your independence. Okay, that freedom, you know, that liberation, that rebellion, that innovation, doesn't always have to be in the bedroom, you know, it can be just in the relationship, you know, but it can be both. Okay, also you could be because the 8th house is all about trauma and crisis. Okay, so maybe there's trauma and crisis within these abilities, within your ability to be independent, within some form of liberation, you know, you're being liberated to something, you're being there's something affecting your emotional feeling of emotional security in that, but you would be a person that struggles to find balance in your finances and your emotional freedoms, or that is something that you're going through right now. Okay, but you do handle emergencies with structure, control, and organization. Okay, so an example of that, because I take that on, like that is something that I do, like in crisis situations. I used to work with children in early child care. There was a child that was choking, and a lot of people, I was actually shocked by how many people around me just stood there and could not react, went into shock. So whereas I feel calm under pressure, I act, and I had to take the lead in that situation and had to, first of all, you know, deal with the child, but also that leadership is coming through with that too, like, you know, asking, you know, asking people to, can you do this, can you do that, okay, like taking the lead. Okay, so that's something else maybe that you are doing. Okay, so all that stuff coming through, but we will get some cards out. I didn't do a pre-shuffle because I wanted to do that straight away, because otherwise I get too much information and it takes too long to write, so I might as well just get straight into it. And so also you can see the process as well. If I do it behind the scenes, you sort of don't see what I see entirely. I usually write it all down. Sun, okay, illumination. Okay, so we did talk about that. Okay, so healing energy, happiness, joy, and comfort. Okay, so maybe you've already shifted. You know how we talked about that sudden shift. Okay, so maybe you have received this illumination. Maybe happiness and joy has come in for you. Okay, but we will get more cards to find out. There's also a butterfly on that card, which gives transformation. So maybe this illumination has been transformative for you. Okay, all right, so what else? So we've also got mint, so abundance, persistent, and proliferation. So something profound, okay? So maybe you need to persist with your abundance, persist with your manifestations, or, you know, your persistence with these manifestations has brought it in. I'm feeling that more than the latter, but you know, it depends on where you are in your timeline, where you are in your situation. You're either already in this, and you know you're happy and joyful, your abundance is coming in, or these things that are coming in. Okay, new beginnings and expansion. Okay, in both. I'm getting in all the areas. You know, in your mental state, in your physical state, in your emotional state. Okay. Little white flowers may be significant because I was getting that for the belladonna and that, but they're also here. So that's the buds are blooming. Your buds are finally blooming. Okay, so you could be this bud blooming. The moon is there as well, you know, but it looks smaller than the sun. So it's giving me, you know, the balance thing again. Maybe balancing those aspects of your life, your masculine and your feminine, your rest and your energy, you know, because it's full on energy, full on burst, you know, but needing to temper it with, you know, your sleep, your rest, your growth and abundance. Okay, and the eye here is just partially open, so I feel like you're just starting to awaken to this new life, or awaken to this new growth, or awaken to this illumination, okay, that we were talking about. Peace and grounding as well. Okay, so this is going to bring in peace and grounding, going to bring in these firm foundations of peace and stability. And I'm getting that song again. I did get this song earlier. Here Comes the Sun. You know, where did I see it? Oh, yeah, in the globe, the sun's coming out over the mountains. So, here comes the sun, little darling. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Okay, so everything's okay. There's peace here. Okay. So really, really good cards. You know, that's great first off. And that gives me gold nuggets in the center of that. I don't know if that's meant to be gold nuggets, but that's giving me gold nuggets. And fish gives me abundance, you know. That's high in, I'm getting acetic acid, but they're not, like high in omega oils and stuff, which is good for your skin. So you may be glowing and stuff right now. Fish is also good for the eyes, so seeing things clearly. Okay, and then we have power, courage, and strength. Okay, so you're powering up, you're being courageous, you're showing strength and fortitude and moving forward. Okay, focus, regrowth, and let it go. So just remember to focus on forward movement and let go of the past. Okay, letting go of the past, regrowing, and focusing on these new beginnings. Sickle cell anemia is coming through, so I don't know much about that, but that's coming through. Anemia gives me like low blood iron, so sickle cell anemia, and cells give me blood, so maybe, you know, there's something about like a blood disorder, okay, or iron deficiency, or anemia is like lack of iron in the blood. So maybe there's something lacking in the blood. If this is for you, please don't take it on if it's not. This would be confirmation for you. Okay, healthy patterns, early growth. So maybe you're aware of this already and you're seeing healthy patterns and growth around this issue. Okay, or this is the issue in your life. There is skulls there again. So skulls, there's confirmation, and egg. There's egg. So eggs, maybe getting eggs into your diet as well, but also this, I'm getting sort of this death may be rooting your new growth. So there's a death of something that's actually allowing you to grow. Okay. Oh, I didn't. Okay, what's that? Not all things are as they seem. Trust your intuition. I didn't cleanse it. So, but that was a bluebird. So blue jays, bluebirds may be significant. Blue wrens. Take control of your quest. Choose your companions wisely. Okay, so pay attention to who you're taking on your journeys. There's another bluebird in that. There was a bluebird in the other card, but I didn't take it because I hadn't already cleansed. So something about birds, about vision, about focus, about independence, like the cats give me independence. You know, allowing, you know, maybe you need the companions to take along with you need to be independent as well, or need, you know, make sure they're not affecting your independence, your growth, your wisdom, okay? Taking maybe people that are wise, you know, have the same wisdom and vision as you, okay? Harp, that gives me angelic. The angelic are here with you. The fairy harper, find the words to long forgotten songs and dance to the music of your soul. Okay. Angelic music, angelic soul, earth angel vibes this is giving me. Okay. Following the music of your soul, following your angelic guidance. Leadership is coming out a lot. There's a lot of growth, like horns here, you know, antlers sort of thing. And on this one, the growth, independence, freedom, leadership. Oh, that's one that I didn't see. Fringe dweller, see with eyes and heart wide open. So needing to see something clearly, needing to open up your eyes, needing to see things with your eyes open and your heart open. Letting those guide you, what you're seeing, what you're feeling. Okay, your third eye sight too, what you're intuitively feeling and seeing. Okay, trusting your visions. And then we have the silent one, watch the shifting shadows and be the caretaker of silence. So watch, yeah, be careful for like this devil energy around you, people that are lurking in the shadows, people that are being dishonest and deceptive and deceitful, okay? But just like listen, you know, be the caretaker of silence, observe your environment, sense your environment, like feeling, sensing, do you know what I mean, with the eyes and the heart. You know, just pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to what you're hearing, what you're seeing, and what your heart is telling you. And I keep on getting that song, here comes the sun, little dawn. Here comes illumination. Okay, something is getting illuminated. Hedge guardians, but you need to pay attention to see it, okay? Hedge guardians, walk window shins and seek the land under the hill. So get out into nature, go on an adventure, pay attention to your dog, where your dog's, you know, is your protector, your guidance system. Yeah. but definitely getting out in nature. Okay, and on the bottom, keep yourself rooted in the earth. Spring is coming. Dream deep. So with your manifestations, dream deep, because we have abundance here. So expanding on what it is that you desire, and keeping them rooted, grounded. Okay, or grounding those desires. Went down that. Okay, so that is a message in itself. Maybe you're taking something on that does not sit right with you, okay? Ingesting something, whether it doesn't have to be food. I'm not just talking about food. I'm talking about ingesting a truth that's not yours, or something that someone's told you is not sitting right on your heart, on your soul. All right. I just felt no then to that, so I'm not going to use them. Very herbal. This is like a very earthy reading. So you could be an earth sign, or you're just highly connected to the earth. Okay, because I was guided to get, you know, a lot of herbal cards, a lot of earth cards, but also the masters, which I'll talk about. I'll get out in a second. A lot of truth, cards of truth too. Purity, cheerfulness, and innocence. Okay, so I'm getting this is your energy. The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it. So look for the beauty in things. Look for the innocence. Look for the truth. Look for the purity. You know, those white flowers, these are white flowers too, but they're more pure, if you get what I mean. Like more like authentic white, not dyed white sort of thing. Gerbera. So gerberas may be significant. Gerbera daisies. Daisies do give that innocence and purity, you know. But be in the present, you know. Follow the joy. Follow the happiness. Follow your innocence, your joy. Okay, we all have those. All these flowers are like little innocent sort of purity flowers, you know. I don't know, that's what it gives me, and they're very similar. This is a Venice Mallow, Hibiscus trionum. Okay, delicate, fleeting beauty. When life is not coming up roses, look to the weeds and find the beauty hidden within them. You know, so that's giving me, you know, the belladonna and the nightshade again, which is actually the same thing. They're both, belladonna is nightshade. Okay, so maybe looking at things differently, but they're both the same. Looking at two things differently, but they're the same. Okay, that's significant. All right. So when things aren't looking too well, look for the beauty in it. Look for find the hidden beauty within something. Something may be looking drab and undesiring, but if you look at the beauty in it, you will see it in a different light. Okay. Faithfulness and modesty. Okay, so modesty is a shining light that prepares the mind to receive knowledge and the heart for truth. Okay, so there's a shining light that's going to prepare you to receive the knowledge from the heart. So there's going to be a knowledge that you're being modest at. There's something, a truth coming from the heart that you may be looking at modestly. Yeah. Heart truth. There's something about the heart truth. The knowledge of the mind and the heart. Oh, that's Violet. Violet. It just reminded me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You're turning violet. So maybe there's something about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory that's significant for you. She was not modest at all, I don't think, Violet in that show. Okay, again, purity, white roses. There is other colours in this deck. Okay, and then we have two colourful, beautiful butterflies here. Well, this gives me love. Is this card about love? No, it's not. But, you know, two that are different but the same. Didn't I just talk about something like that? Okay, so maybe there's two that are different, but they're not actually so different. They're actually quite the same. Okay, new start and wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So knowing that you are innocent, knowing that you are pure, knowing that you are beautiful, knowing that you are wise. Okay, your heart, follow your heart. Your heart knows what your nose doesn't know. I don't... There you go, I don't know. Okay, so I'm sort of giving, maybe your nose is sensing, smelling deception or smelling a distruth, but your heart knows the truth or something, okay? Something about your nose doesn't know what your heart knows, okay? Anything else? Oop. Okay. And then we have a little bit of colour on the bottom with victory and conquest. Okay, but still little petite little flowers. So maybe you're very petite. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. Okay, so maybe you've mastered control over yourself, or maybe there's somebody around you that hasn't mastered themselves, hasn't mastered control, or maybe you need to pay attention to that, to master yourself and not mastering control, not needing to control things or control others, but mastering yourself. That is Lao Tzu too. That's significant. Lao Tzu. He's a master. That's why the master's coming through. So maybe you've mastered something. Maybe you are a master. Maybe you're connected to the masters. Oh, hello, these are the master cards. Okay, thank you, spirits. Divine masters. Oh, did I? I don't know if I did that. Okay. Alright. Blue beings coming out. Okay, so maybe you're a starseed. Maybe you're connected to divine beings. Wounds healed. Important information charging up. Okay. So I'm getting, you know, the past is behind you. It's time to look forward to the future. Okay, Jesus coming through. Okay, acts of service. When you serve, the universe serves you. So maybe you work for the divine. Maybe you work for Jesus. Maybe you, when you give to others, it will be returned. I'm getting tenfold. Okay, Surface Bay, paradigm shift, activation to grow, make the necessary change. Okay, but so maybe there's a change that needs to be made. Maybe in regards to how you serve others, how you shine your light, to be activated, to activate others. Maybe there's a change needs to be made in your third eye, throat and heart chakra. They're coming through strongly. It's on 2 cards. I'll show you so you can see as well. So third eye, throat and heart. And also crosses are coming through. That gives me divine, angels, God energy. So here we go again. So third eye, throat and heart. Okay. So maybe there's an activation that you need to listen to or maybe you need to activate those 3 centers, your third eye, throat and your heart. Or maybe that's what you're doing now, and that is something that needs to change before you're in service to God. Kuan Yin, enlightened action. Choose compassion, move forward with grace. Okay, so mastering the emotions, not trying to control a situation, choosing compassion over, I'm getting service, over service, but maybe it's not service to the divine, so maybe over choosing self-compassion over needing to serve others, serving self, or maybe moving graceful and compassionate towards a service that you're giving. Okay. All right. Varajini, sorry if I've said that wrong. Transcending fear. Facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. So you maybe facing a fear right now, or you're transcending fear right now by facing those fears and embracing your power. Okay, is leading you to become fearless. Okay, anything else or anyone else that wants to bring through a message for the collective today, please and thank you. No? Okay. Alright, one more. Kuthumi. Thank you, Kuthumi. Initiatory experience. Your current situation is initiating your gifts. Okay, so what you're going through now is initiating your gifts. So keep going, keep working on your heart, throat, and third eye chakra. This, I don't know why, oh, it's the bottom of the deck. So the owl was standing, the deck was sitting up and the owl standing out with that white purity again coming through. The wisdom and messages of the divine are within. Okay, so all the messages you need are within you right now. The divine are trying to show you the way. It's funny. Okay, the owl come out again. I was actually, before this reading started, I was getting the black, and now I'm getting the white. And there's red in there, so root chakra could be significant as well. So I'm getting white turkey. Before I got vulture. Turkey vulture. I think turkey vulture's a bird. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. If I remember, I'll put it in the comments. Okay, so white turkey, the power to heal the earth is within you. Okay, so maybe you have abilities to heal the earth. Okay. Stand tall and proud. See the leadership role unfolding ahead of you. Okay, so maybe this leadership role that you're stepping into requires your wisdom that you already have, the wisdom of the divine, maybe to share this and also to affect the earth, to help the earth, to heal the earth. Maybe you have healing abilities that help heal the earth, and this leadership position is unfolding right now. This ability to help you heal the earth is unfolding within you right now. I'm getting within you. Grouse. Embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. Oh, okay. So maybe you need to move your body. Maybe you need to dance. Okay. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding right now. That's confirmation this come out in pre-shuffle. So there's something, there's a skill or an initiation and activation that's going on right now that's activating your gifts, untapping a new potential, untapping an ability to help Mother Gaia and an ability to lead others. Okay. All right. Actually, and I feel like I need to leave it there. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope this message has brought you clarity and guidance. I wish you all the best. So just pay attention to what's being illuminated around you. Know that the blue beings are here for you. Jesus is here for you. Surface Bay and Kuthumi and Varajini. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry, I apologise. You know, and the birds, you may be receiving messages via the birds because they're coming out today. You may be seeing black and white feathers. Turkey vulture, that's coming through again, is significant. purity, innocence, joy, happiness, all here for you. Your buds are blooming. Your buds are about to bloom. Abundance coming in. Strength, courage needed. Don't, and also the thing, not controlling the situation. Trusting your heart to lead you, as well as your visions. Yeah. And get out and dance. Get out into nature. Connect with Mother Gaia. Connect with the sun, the moon, the stars, and show thanks and gratitude for all the messages that have come through for us today. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.